Hello students, welcome to the online session for the subject of industrial safety. This subject of industrial safety is mainly for the students of civil engineering, particularly structural engineering, and for the student of mechanical engineering. Here we are going to discuss each and every topic regarding the industrial safety. Whatever the topics that are given in the G2 syllabus of the subject of industrial safety will be discussed in this virtual session. We will be having a brief discussion on each and every topic. We will be discussing the practical application of this subject of industrial safety in our session also. So let's start with our session. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hello students. Welcome to the last session of our virtual class. And here the topic is periodic and preventive maintenance. So let's start with the outline of the session. So today, basically, we are going to deal with the advantages of the preventive maintenance, and we are also going to discuss the repair cycle concept. So let's start with today's content. So first of all, the thing that comes to our mind in this session is the preventive maintenance. Why? We all know that in order to have a complete maintenance of the machine, we need to have a preventive maintenance, so that the working will be proper, the output, the desired output will be obtained, and the desired life of the machine will be increased. So this is how this shining term, that is the preventive maintenance, is required in a industry. So let's discuss the advantages of this. Mainly it is used for the reduction of the production stoppage. Mainly the stoppage of the production will never take place if we are doing the preventive maintenance. The costly repairs will also be avoided if we are adopting the preventive maintenance. All the repairing work will be done at the same time. It is not like that we need to have a different repairing work of different machines. All the repairing work in the industry will be done at the same time, and by doing so, all the repairing work will be done, and at the same time, the unnecessary stoppage of the machines will also not take place, and as a result of this, the unnecessary stoppage of the production will also not occur. Next advantage of this preventive maintenance is the product, the output that we are getting from the machine will be a quality product. The chances of the rejection of the output product of the machine will be reduced if we are adopting the preventive maintenance. Less spare capacity of the machine will be required if we are providing the preventive maintenance. Further discussing the advantages, good industrial relation will be developed between the industries, because the quality product will be obtained and the desired life of the machine is also high. It will have a good impact, and as a result of this, the relationship of the industry with the other industries will develop well, and the relationship of the industries to the clients will be also very good, and that is very much beneficial for the industry. Other advantages is the unit cost of the production will also reduced by adopting the preventive maintenance. Machine will not require to be replaced before the intended time. The early replacement of the machine will never take place if we are adopting the preventive maintenance. It is very much beneficial to the industry, and the industry will be in the profit. By adopting the preventive maintenance, the service life of the machine will also be raised, and that is very much advantageous to the industry. The industry will earn a lots of profit from a single machine, and it is beneficial to them. Next advantages are increasing the productivity. The productivity of the machine or the industry will be increased if we are adopting the preventive maintenance. If the preventive maintenance of each and every machine in an industry is being done regularly, then the machine will work in a proper manner, and ultimately the good output will be found, and the the productivity will also be increased. And by this, we can say that the efficiency of the machine will also be increased. Maintenance work will be more beneficial to them, and the maintenance work will become effective and resulted oriented only when we are adopting the preventive maintenance. By adopting the preventive maintenance, the modernization of the machine will also take place, and as a result of this, the quality product will be obtained. The time required for the manufacturing of the product will be less. It will be reduced if we are maintaining it properly, and all the thing is being doing in a proper way, then a safe environment will be developed in the industry, and ultimately the life of the workers will be safer, and as a result of this, their morale for doing work will also be increased, and by doing so, more output will be obtained. The efficiency of the machine and the efficiency of the worker will also be increased, and as a result of this, we can say that the preventive maintenance is the beneficial thing for an industry, and each and every industry should adopt this preventive maintenance. Now, further moving to the next topic, that is the repair cycle concept. Now, first I want to tell that in an industry, it is necessary to have a good condition. It is necessary to have a good condition of the machine and also to the lives of the worker. And at the same time, the quality of the product should also be maintained. There should be a proper efficiency of the machine and desired quality should be maintained. For that purpose, we need to have some goals. We need to have some aims that is required to be achieved, and by doing so, the condition will be maintained. What are that goals that are being listed over here? First is the increase the life of the machine. The life of the machine should be very high. That will be beneficial to the industry, and the output will be also affected from them. And the profits, the economy of the industry will also be affected by the life of the machine. Next is reduce the breakdown. The breakdown of the machine or the working or the production should be less. We need to have a proper accuracy in the production. The output should be precise as per the desire, and that is equal to be achieved. And at last, the product. A quality product should be obtained in the manufacturing of the product, and this is very much beneficial. And these are all the objectives, the goals that is required to be achieved to maintain a good condition in an industry. Further discussing, in order to achieve such kind of goals, we need to have a proper stages of the work. The work should be divided into stages, and by achieving such kind of stages, by doing work according to these stages, the good quality will be maintained. The condition will be improved, both of person, of the machine, and of the industry also. So, what are the stages that are being listed over here? They are inspection, small repairs, medium repairs, and complete overhaul. So, these are all the stages that is required to be achieved if we want to have a good condition in an industry. So, let's briefly discuss these terms. First is the inspection. Inspection means something we are seeing. It is not that we are merely observing it, but we are looking out at the process that is being taking place. We are just comparing the process that is being taking place actually and comparing it with that process that is being guided or described by the manufacturer of that machine. So it is nothing but an observation. It is not completely observation, but just an observation of a comparison that whether the desired type of work is being taking place or not. So this is an inspection. So let's discuss what are the activities that are involved in the inspection. Basically, the observing the machine is being done, and it is done at all the times. Adjustment of the clearance, whether it is of the coupling or the bearing, the clearance adjustment should be done, and we should have a precise clearance by which the beneficial output is being obtained. The proper clearance is required to be maintained by which the desired efficiency is being maintained. That type of clearance should be provided. Next thing that is taken into the consideration in inspection is the cleaning of the oil. The oil is being get cleaned, the dust particles, the dirt particles, and the impurities that are being found in the oil is required to be removed, and we should have a clean oil. We should also clean the coolant. The coolant that is being used in a machine should be also clean. Otherwise, it will not perform its function properly. We should also observe the bolts. The bolts are also required to be checked whether they have got tightened or they have got loosened. If they have got loosened, then it is required to be tightened. And we should also observe that whether the worn out of the bolts has not taken place. If the bolts have got worn out, then it is necessary to replace that worn out bolts with a new one. Next thing that is required to be taken into consideration is the replacing of the lubrication oil. The lubrication oil that is being used in the machine is required to be replaced regularly, because with the time, with the usage, the property of the oil will never be the same, and it will get reduced with the usage. So it is necessary to have a replacement of the lubrication oil with the desired period of time. Further discussing, that is the small repair. So it is a step just ahead of the inspection. Means we need to have a small repair work of the machine. For that we require some small equipments, not a high or not a very much large equipment, but the small thing that is required to be done so that a small repair can take place. So this is how the small repairs is being done. Further discussing this, here each and every time the maintenance activities of the inspection will be done. In small repairs, each and every maintenance activities of the inspection will be done. The repairing work that is being taking place is distributed, and by doing so the condition of the machine will be improved, and ultimately the output will be also improved. Now, discussing about the activities that are involved in the small repairs are all the repairing works that are carried out or that are planned should be carried out as per the schedule. The dismantling of the 2 to 3 units is required to be done in a machine. In machine, there are large number of units. There are large number of small parts. Each and every part is not required to be removed in the small repair. But in small repair, 2 to 3 parts or units is required to be dismantled. Then the cleaning of that part is required to be taken place, and it should be observed properly whether the repairing is beneficial or the replacement is beneficial. If the repair is beneficial to the machine, then the repairing is required to be done, but there will be a condition where the repairing will not be beneficial, and in that case the replacement of that part will be beneficial for the machine. And after all the replacement or the repair is being done, then after proper repairing and the replacement, the assembling of the dismantled particles is required to be done, and after the assembling is being done, then the machine should be started. It should be run with a different speed, and the observation is required to be taken. So these are all the things that are involved in a small repairs. Moving towards the next, that is the medium repairs. In medium repairs, the work that is required to be taken into consideration will be a bit higher or the larger extent from the small repairs. Here we can see that a person is repairing the engine of the car. An automobile engine is being repaired over here. It is some medium kind of repair. So basically the activities that are involved in the medium repairs are the maintenance work as per the inspection, and the small repair should be done first. Then the repairing of the additional unit is being carried. Initially, the thing that was observed in the inspection, the small repair should be first done, and after that only, if other parts repairing is required, then it should be done. The wear of the guide surface should be improved. The scratches that are found on the surface should be properly repaired. Proper smooth surface should be obtained. A layer of paint should be applied on the outer surface of the machine parts. And after that, the assembly of this dismantled parts is required to be done. And after that, we should run that machine. The machine should be started and the observation should be done by varying the speed. The machine should be run at a different velocity, different speed, and the observation is required to be taken. And in this way, the medium repairs is required to be taken into the consideration. Next, that is the complete overhaul. Here, we can see a figure before and after. We have an engine that was being found damaged before, and we have repaired it. We have completely transformed it into the new engine. And after that, this engine look like this. Means we have done the complete overhaul of the engine of the automobile. And by doing so, the capacity of working of that engine will be like the engine which we have bought, like the engine which it has when it was being bought at an early stage. So yes, there will be a complete improvement in the load taking capacity, the working, and it is like a new engine only. It is basically the last stage of the repair. The machine will bring back to the original condition in the complete overhaul. The original condition will be brought back in the complete overhaul process, and it will be capable of working for a longer time. So basically the activities that are involved in it are, first of all, we need to remove all the units. Then complete dismantling is required to be done. Each and every part that has got dismantled is required to be checked. And one observation, while observing it, if the repairing or the replacement that is required to be taken into the consideration should be done. Those which are highly weared or which have got highly damaged, they are required to be replaced. And if in some conditions the repairing is beneficial, then repairing is required to be done. Then the wearing on each and every part is required to be observed by measuring its dimension. By measuring the dimension, we can get to know the wear that has taken place on the machine of the parts. That has taken place on the parts of the machine. Next, the assembling of the dismantled parts is required to be taken into the consideration. The clear distance is required to be adjusted as per the requirement. The clear distance, which is giving more productivity and more efficiency, should be adopted. The foundation of the machine is required to be checked, and if some defective or if some deflection or the changes is being found in the machine, then it is required to be modified. Then the scraping and the grinding of the machine is required to be done. The testing of the machine is required to be done after we have assembled all the parts of the machine. It should be checked at all velocity and with all accuracy. And if the job is being found as per the quality norms, then it should be said to be okay. But if the job is not being found as per the norms, as per the quality norms, then the modification is required to be taken and corrective measures is required to be taken into the consideration. And by this, a quality product will be obtained. So this is how the complete overhaul is being taken place, and here we are ending our virtual class session. Thank you. So here we are ending our session. Hope you have liked the session. We have discussed each and every topic in brief and also in detail. We have discussed each and every topic's practical application also. So thank you for attending the session. And if you have any kind of a doubt, if you have any kind of a query, then you can send me your doubts and queries in mail. My mail is in my YouTube channel. Do check into my YouTube channel, like it, share it, and again thank you for attending this session.